Welcome to the Adventurer News broadcast. I am your host, Multi, and this one is all about the RuneScape poll running from May 1st to May the 8th, 2024, which contains a handful of questions relating to future Varlamore quests and the new Herblore minigame. To put these questions into context, I will start with a short summary of the blog post about the Herblore minigame. If you wish to skip this part and go straight to the poll questions, use the timestamp displayed on the screen. Here is what we know so far about it. Keep in mind it is still in early development, meaning changes might be done to the activity by the time it is released. Here is what Jagex tells us the laboratory might look like. The minigame revolves around participants fulfilling orders of specific potions unique to the activity by turning herbs into different components, turning these components into potion bases, and then using the correct processing machine, giving the potions the requested effect. The minigame does not require secondary ingredients, but participants do need to use their own herbs. Unfinished potions also work. Once you've picked a potion order to work on, the first step is to use the refiner to turn herbs or unfinished potions into paste. This paste will be turned into specific components depending on the herb. The value of that component also changes depending on the tier of herb used. Here is a table to illustrate what that might look like in practice. The next step is to use the paste on the mixer to turn it into components. Every combination of 3 components gives you a different potion base, as illustrated in this table. Once you have your potion base, the last stage of production is to use them on a processing machine to give them one of 3 modifiers. The retort for a concentrated potion, the agitator for a homogeneous potion, and the alembic for a crystallized potion. The retort is slow but hands-off, the agitator is quick but requires interaction, and the alembic is instantaneous. Once the processing is done, you hand in your potion and get rewarded with points split between the different components, which to me sounds a bit like a 3-way version of the Guardians of the Rift points system. The orders are on a timer, which means you can turn in the same potion as many times as you can produce it before the time runs out. So here's a quick recap of the gameplay loop, courtesy of Jagex. Check the current orders and select one. Then head to the bank chest and grab what you need. Break down the herbs or unfinished potions into paste. Add the paste into the mixer. Choose the correct combination of components. Collect your potion base and select the right tool to give it the correct modifier. And once completed, put your potion on the delivery counter and enjoy your points. An approximation of the XP rates has not been released yet, but Jagex made it clear that the minigame would be a low XP activity. The focus is on the rewards rather than the activity itself. Right, now that the minigame's gameplay is hopefully clearer, let's turn our attention to the poll. Questions 1 and 2 are linked together, while the other questions are all about specific rewards from the Herblore minigame. Question 1. Should we add multiple new quests into all future batches of Varlamore? Question 2. If the previous question passes, would you like some of these quests to be surprise quests like Ribbiting Tale, where quest details are kept secret until release? Note that any notable rewards from these quests would still be polled. So far so self-explanatory, so let's move on to the minigame rewards. Question 3. Should we add potion packs as an untradeable reward from the Herblore activity in Varlamore Part 2? These packs will give potions based on the type of herbs associated with the packs. So you'd be able to use reward points to get untradeable component-specific potion packs. For example, getting a Mox potion pack will give you potions made from herbs that can be turned into Mox components. Potions you don't yet have the Herblore level to create would be obtainable, but extremely rare in these packs. Question 4. Should we add the potion of goading and a new type of secondary as tradable rewards from the Herblore activity in Varlamore Part 2? This potion will allow you to set aggressions on any enemies within a 9x9 radius of the player using it. The new secondary will only come from this activity. Here's how using this tradable potion would affect both aggressive and non-aggressive creatures. For the aggressive creatures, once the 10 minutes aggro timer has run out, using the potions would make the creatures within a 9x9 tiles radius of the player aggro again every few seconds for 6 minutes. For unaggressive creatures, drinking a dose of the potion would aggro the ones within the same radius, but as a one-time use rather than a continuous effect on a timer. Creating the potion would require a yet-to-be-determined unfinished potion and a secondary ingredient only obtainable from the Varlamore minigame. Question 5. Should we add the reagents pouch as an untradeable reward from the Varlamore activity in Varlamore Part 2? The pouch can hold up to 30 of each secondary ingredient in potion making, and items from it can be used when brewing potions. Note that bringing the pouch in some areas such as the Inferno would not be possible for balance concerns. Question 6. Should we add the Alchemist's set as an untradeable reward from the Varlamore activity in Varlamore Part 2? The goggles will give you a 10% chance to save a secondary ingredient when mixing potions, while the top, legs and gloves are purely cosmetic. Question 7. Should we add the Amulet of Chemistry imbued as an untradeable reward from the Varlamore activity in Varlamore Part 2? The imbued version increases the chance to mix 4-dose potions to 15% and can be charged with regular Amulet of Chemistries. For reference, the regular amulet has a 5% chance to trigger this effect. The imbued version would likely be cost-effective for making all but the most worthless potions. Question 8. Should we add the pre-pod devices as a tradable reward from the Varlamore activity in Varlamore Part 2? This device will let you store up to 5 different potions and allow you to consume them in one go. 2 things to note here. First, the device would have customizable presets, presumably similar to the recent Rune Pouch update to make it more convenient to change the potion sets. Second, players would only be allowed to drink from the pouch while in a bank or next to a bank chest for balance concerns. And last but not least, question 9. Should we add the potion storage as an untradeable reward from the Varlamore activity? You'll be able to store potions in this part of the bank without taking up bank space. For obvious reasons, Ultimate Iron Man would be unable to unlock this reward. And that's about it for today. May you all prosper with your newfound knowledge and make more informed, democratic decisions. This has been the Adventurer News broadcast. We waste XP reading the news so you don't have to. You can show your appreciation for this sacrifice by liking, commenting and sharing this video. And now democracy calls. See you next time.